Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Jones, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits. But right now, I'm here to bring you yet another episode of Cold Man's Winter. And for those that didn't watch my last episode, don't worry. The link will be in the description bar down below. But unfortunately, what can I talk about on this particular moment? I mean, for starters, I'm thinking that when it comes to living a brand new day, you're trying to think of what to do and what to say, and you're thinking hard, and it really puts some people in a bad mood. But then again, what makes you change your life? I mean, what made you want to start off fresh? A lot of things are left unanswered. Like, for instance, why are we still taking time for granted? I mean, time is not our friend. And I said that a lot, but I realized that if you're doubting time for going too slow, well, that's because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So why are you gonna continue to feel down, discouraged to yourself when you have all the time in the world to make some moves? Even when it comes to making good decisions, and like you decide to do homework and you decide to do a project in the last minute, that doesn't work all the time. You can easily end up failing, and people will start to get mad at you and start to avoid you. Like, where you going? It's none of your concern. Or, well, that was from Love Don't Cost a Thing. But of course, there's another way of putting it. Like when you ask somebody, "Where you going?" and from that Disney movie Starstruck, to find my friend, because he is not in this room right now. I mean, you're doing this to yourself. You're getting out of touch. People start to lose their trust in you based on the decisions you made. Not only your friends, but your team, your teachers, and make matters worse, your own family. Like, for instance, John Doe was was about to head to school, and his mother had a firm talk, a stern talk with him, and he decided, I mean, to listen, because he had all the time in the world, and he always wanted to make sure that he made it to school on time by traveling. But unfortunately, his mom had to talk about a phone number that she found on her dresser. And it was based on somebody else. But John had the right to put the number of a specific person he was seeing, like checking on a specific person randomly. Not all the time, but and occasionally when he was in the mood. Even even when it comes to calling. So she was so stern that she wanted the truth, wanted John to tell the truth. And unfortunately, let's just say his mom went too far, bringing up the past things that John Doe did. Because there was another person that John Doe seen, and the other person was felt uncomfortable, and that drove his mother mad for years. And John Doe was trying his best to make some changes, trying to make peace. But while he was heading to school, he wasted his breath, taking the time to release his anger while hitting the road, knowing he wanted to speak on his side of the story about his mother going too far, being overprotective to the fact that she is actually worrying in the wrong way, as if she's like a judge, the fiercest judge. She's so strict, as if John can't see the specific person that he saw based on the other person that he made uncomfortable years ago. But little did John Doe's mom know that the specific person he saw was actually family relatives. And that's what some people get. The reason why parents are wasting your time telling you how they feel is because you never spend the quality time to tell them where you're going. That's why a lot of people have been wasting their time running their own mouths against me, like talking smack about their own family members and their own friends after they are getting too strict. But let's just say that after the talk and driving for a while, he decided to go to the bathroom when he arrived to his school and to stop taking his anger out and found some peace. Looked in the mirror and said, "John, this is not you. You have all this time to make things right, but you got to know when to spend your time letting your family know where you're going. You got to know when the right time is to remind your parents that they're going too far, as if they hate you, as if they're trying to forbade you from seeing somebody that you hardly knew. Even when it's family, based on how the fiancés, the husband and wife feels about that. Seeing your family member at their own home. Don't you think a lot of issues have been leading to "I hate you," or packing up your bags like "I can't take it no more," or maybe worse, ending up dead, whether suicide or homicide. But while you committed a homicide, you're gonna have to spend time rotting in jail for the rest of your life, thanks to all the time that you wasted for bad things you've done, based on how your parents or family and friends feel about you going too far, while they went farther than you think. In your mind, you claim that they went farther because they so strict, like you can't even have fun, you can't even do what you want, even when you are living under their roof. Rules, they can't be broken. Laws, they can't be broken. Lies can't be told all the time. Once exposed, you are done. You're doomed. I remember what it was like to experience beef And for those that don't recall, I talked about beef, but that was on Coal Man's Winter Season 1, Episode 6. And that same episode, I remember I did not even mention a sweet lady, but on Episode 7 from Season 1, I mentioned two. Matter of fact, all the sweet ladies that I have mentioned from Seasons 1 and Season 2, and recently the sweet lady that I called out, I didn't call out a sweet lady on the Black History Month episode. No, I did not. But if you forget, you're going to have to make it up by calling out two sweet ladies. And I did. I've already called out two sweet ladies, but they were family. They were sisters. If I can call out two sweet ladies, I can do it again. How on earth am I going to get by with all this time in the world? Everybody is wishing that time would go so fast so they can go home, chill, or be free, even in Christmas Eve. Like when you work at a specific store and it's about time to close, you about to get ready to clock out, put on your coat because it's cold outside. You can't stay. It's cold outside. You gotta go away. It's cold outside. And you just, like, let's just say you decide to ride around feeling free. But what if your family calls? What if your your boo calls? Your baby, your intimate friend. What if everyone calls you and you already feeling free on Christmas Eve? Pick up the phone. Answer it. Tell the truth. But as long as you are safe and sound, do not fool around and turn out as a clown. You are too old for that. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever take time for granted, because if you do, you're going to start feeling more pitiful. I said foe, as if I'm trying to sound more black, like the way that we black people say things differently. For example, the late Big L, when he did his title track from the debut album under the same name, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, copyright 1995, Columbia Records, he admitted, breaking in cribs with a crowbar. I wasn't poor, I was po. I couldn't afford the OR. When you listen to old school rap songs, they don't even say the numbers correctly. They just say it in the style that they do. They even have nicknames for the years. 91, Funky Dope for the 9 Ace. 92, 9 Deuce. Way before Chris Brown made a song called Deuces. And way before Lil Keke, along with UGK and Paul Wall, did I Chunk Up the Deuce for the South and the North. Yeah. Nine Ace, 9 Deuce, 93, 9 Trey. 9 Trey. 94. For the 9 foe. 9 foe, as in friend or foe. 9 foe. I was born in the 9 foe, but I always say 94. While Bone Thugs called 94 the 9 quart. 9 quart. And the 69 boys, and anyone who lived in Florida at the time, it's a brand new dance for the 1990 quad. like Quad City DJs. But the late Prodigy from Mobb Deep, when he did the demo version of Shook Ones, oh no, it was actually the demo which later turned on to be Part 1, Shook Ones Part 1, which could have been on the Infamous, but instead it was put on their third album, Hell on Earth, while Shook One's Part 2 was on the Infamous. In 1990 square. That's what Prodigy said. 1990 square. And Juicy J, he said, for the 9 deuce deuce. What is a deuce deuce? You're talking about 22s. But he said deuce twice. If you say deuce twice, according to him, he knew he was talking about the year 1994. For the 9 deuce deuce. For the 9-4. 9-5, 9 pound, 9 nickel, 9-6, 9 squid. For the 9 pound plus 1. What was the nickname for the year 1997? Besides just saying 9-7. 9-8, I don't know. 1999, 1999. Oh, I remember. 3-6 Mafia. When they mentioned the year 1996, they mentioned it as night for the 9-666, cause they were still calling themselves 666 Mafia at the time. But in 1999. And what's funny, since I mentioned 3-6 Mafia, their album was called When the Smoke Clears 6661. Because, of course, if you turned 6661 upside down, but at a like a 180 degree angle, like, now remember, 66, 61. Like if you turn it upside down like a wheel, like halfway, it's 1999. And Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, they made an album called East 1999 Eternal. Although they lived at a neighborhood from St. Clair, and East 99 is where you find us. Yeah, East 99, but they made an album called East 1999 Eternal. East 1990, 1999. And Snoop Dogg says 9-5 plus 4 pennies. As in, he's mentioned the year is 1995 plus 4 pennies. And how much does a penny cost? 1. And since he mentioned 4, he had to add 4 pennies to 1995. 9-5 plus 4 pennies. 96, 97, 98, 99. But then, all of a sudden, welcome to Y2K, 2G, the true triple O, 2000. And randomly, some of us, we never even called out years. When was the last time you ever heard a rap song with a year being mentioned? Because last month, I remember when we were snowed out, on President's Day, I heard a new song from DJ Khaled with Fat Joe. And they sampled the song, Never Too Much, Never Too Much, Never Too Much. Long live Luther Vandross. God bless his soul. That's when That was like the last time we ever heard an artist mentioning a year. 2021. Because that's this year right now. So you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we waste so much time, and some of us, we don't even know when to let go of this beef. The past. The past is the past. It's too late to change. So I can see John Doe, like, after that stern talk that John Doe and his mama had, but mostly the mama is bringing up as if he's about to do the same thing that got him in trouble with the other person, because the other person was uncomfortable. It's kind of like filing a restraining order, as if accusing John Doe for sexual harassment. Although he went too far, he needs to know his limits. We all need to know our limits. And if John Doe was me, then I would have to set better results. But as John Doe, what would I do? If I was in John Doe's shoes, I would probably speak my side of the story and stop letting fear get the best of me. Because guess what? The devil done stole everybody's joy, and whether they notice or not, they have to fight back. They got to get rid of the devil getting on everybody's bad side and laughing, smoking pounds of weed and blowing the smoke into your face. No, I don't want that, but I let that happen. It's kind of like the devil has a Smith & Wesson aiming at my head, giving me a malt liquor. Next thing you know, I'm riding to the devil's playground. And since the devil's been drinking alcohol, it's like there's no side effects. Nothing bad happens to him, cuz he's the man. He's the mastermind of all lies. The evil side. There is always an evil side when it comes to us. It's comes in terms. It's kind of like we forgot. I mean, like back in the days, even in TV, we used to have a scene where the regular you is confused, and you have two versions of you on each shoulder. On your right shoulder, even though we're looking at the left side of the TV screen, there's an angel. On the right side of the TV screen, which is truly your left shoulder, there's a devil. I'd rather punch the devil off my dead gum shoulder and follow the angel side of the angelic side of my shoulder. The angel on my right shoulder. I would follow him, take his advice, and be thankful not to be overwhelmed with my lifetime choices. So, with all that being said, what I'm really saying is like, one day you will have your time, you will have your moment to step up and let everybody know that I am not the only one that has faults. Because you've seen it happen in real life. Your friends. That's what leads to beef. That's what leads to complications. Silent treatments. And even when they get mad at you for you bounce, like you ratted them out, like you broke their hearts. You broke my heart. Like even if they call you sellout, what would you tell? So what? I done sold out for years. Well, I'm not buying it. If anyone's a real sellout, it ought to be you. Because I'm done. And if you're not truly my friends, then what on earth are you? If you're not truly my mom or dad, what are you? If you're not my brother or sister, what are you? Because, as the Bible once said, if you love God and hate your brother, then you are a liar, a murderer. I'd rather be honest than be a liar / murderer. Because with all that being said, I'm wasting my time over negative, demonic things. Because sooner or later, we all gonna be in the devil's playground. But that's if we let this happen. If we continue to let the devil steal our joy, we gonna end up in the devil's playground. The land of the 666, the land of the lost, the land of eternal damnation, hell, in other words. And I refuse to go there. But when it comes to saying hell on earth, how can you put a little heaven, or maybe turn hell on earth to heaven on earth, as in staying out of harm's way. Find true friends. Stick with what you're supposed to do, even when it means to obtain the laws, the government laws. Mask mandate, keep it that way. But for Mississippi, the so-called governor, despite it for those that's claiming that it's wrong to disrespect, I mean, if you get rid of the word respect, you already know what people be doing. If you get rid of the word respect and keep the DIS part, you're going to add another S, as in you're about to diss somebody. You're trying to expose them. But in all of a sudden, let's say that some people, they responded back. That's how disses work. But sometimes disses can be too shady. Lead to a fight. Lead to families getting out of hand. But unfortunately, God will be the one to help you see that you made the biggest mistake of your life. Jesus mostly. God wouldn't mind taking you out. It's like this. I brought you in this world, I will take you out. Or your friends or others surroundings, like, stop the madness! You're too old for this! Put an end to this beef and make it up. Move on. You got to stop hating each other. Imagine if I did that to somebody that I knew. I had to stop the madness. I mean, we do not have to scream, shut up to everybody. Man, shut the heck up. Man, stop that. Stop all that. Stop with the shut up thing. It's like, enough, silence. Or probably imitate, if I keep this up, I'll probably imitate Dave Chappelle from The Nutty Professor. After Eddie Murphy was making fun of Reggie, or Buddy was making fun of Reggie. Enough! Silence! I can't take this crap no more. Now you don't talk about my mama too long, boy. And see, I try to be nice with black people, but now it's time for Reggie to karatecize your butt. Oh yeah. The Nutty Professor. So, yeah, just hear me out, guys. Time, it can be used both positive and negative. But when it's negative, you have to fix that. If you got to take time to make peace, or if you got a parent that's over worried about the same stuff, like the old he say, she say, or random issues that has you lingering all over the air, as in bad smell. Sooner or later, you're going to have to let your mother or father or anybody else that has a problem with you know that you went too far, and you might as well, like for instance, John Doe's mom has to see the other person, like he rather give his mother a mission to make peace, and the other person, according to John Doe, in his mind, he hears himself say, "Look, the other person, she started this nightmare that I got myself into, but I forgive her. If I apologize to her, then she's gonna have to do the same for me." Like, let's say that she asked for forgiveness after John Doe's mom and the other person straightened it out. Because at this time, John Doe's mom had to let go. All because John Doe was very angry and he decided that he can't hide it no more. So he told his mama like it is, dedicated a rant, a 1 hour rant to his mother. And his mother was so hurt that she decided to take his recording, John Doe's recording, to the other person, play a snippet of it, and decided, and the other person decided to put an end to this nightmare. And John Doe's mom was finally off the hook because she's starting to learn when to let go. If that example can happen for some people, then maybe it can happen to all. Because all people have to move on. Time is too short to waste, but too dark if you let hatred and the old things get you very worked up. The past was done. I'm trying to move on. But what about you guys? Have you been in this position that some people you know are getting on your last straw, that you want to tell them, but realize that if I did this, I'm going to be in a whole heap of trouble, knowing good and doggone well that you have no other choice. You have to put your foot down, even when it comes to parents. Like, if you don't like your parents drinking, and let's just say they decide to slap you around, and let's just say that you had the next door neighbor as backup, or maybe you teamed up with the police. That's what I would do. But then again, why can't I just fight on my own? Because parents have more strength. I'm just a weakling. I don't want to see myself get killed, beaten to death like Cochise style from Cooley High. No. But I gotta fight back some way, somehow. Think about time and how well you're spending it. That's all that matters. Time. Time is too precious to waste. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Time is filled with swift transition. Not on earth unmoved shall stand. Build your hopes on things eternal. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. You know what I'm saying? Nothing has changed. But if you have the right time, then the time is now to get up off your behinds and do whatever it needs to be done. Cause we ain't got long to go. we might not be able to see tomorrow. Because tonight, it's like you wasting your last minute. And then somebody kills you. Stupid. Take care of business now. Even when it comes to paying back your school loans after graduation, you gotta pay back what you own. And House Party 2, it's a good movie, a real classic movie. But yeah, yo, below, yeah, what's up with them extra ends? And I can't believe it. You sold Foreplay? Oh yeah. And what's up with them extra ends? And you sold Foreplay? From Bilal to Play. Bilal said to Play, Play said to Kid. Sometimes you gotta pay what you own. Well, I'd rather pay what I owe and get this nightmare out the way. But when it comes to doing this on your own, sometimes you gotta realize that it's not easy. But something's gotta be done. I mean, you gotta stop avoiding your parents. Like, ask for help. Is that too much to ask? Time. Don't waste it. Get it on. Get it done. And get moving. Move on. And when you feel like you messed up in the past and your apology at first was not planned the way you thought it would be, why don't you look the other person in the eye and mean what you say? Even if it makes him or her cry. Even if it leads to a hug. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till this lift is mentioned. That way we can hug each other. Get a kiss from our mother. Because I'll be gone till November. No. I'm here to stay. But all that being said, if you like what you're hearing and you feel like time has not been your friend, and based on giving you some good advice and the example, because I can tell some of the examples I give, it can be based on me. I'm not the only one that suffers. You know what I'm saying? So please take the time and stop this pain from getting in your hearts. You gotta stop letting the hate flow through you. Star Wars reference. Let the hate flow through you. I will not. Anyway, just be aware of time. And with all that being said, I say that a lot, but you know where I'm really going with this. If you like this video, like, thumbs up, comment, say what's on your mind, and tell me what would you do if you have the time, all this time in this world. What would you do? Share from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Let the whole world see it for themselves. Even if they even if they respond, let them see it. And finally, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And there will be more in stores. And this episode has been brought to you by Sweet Lady of the Week, in which, since I didn't mention one last episode, I would have to give you two. But who are the two sweet ladies that I know that I can give recognition to? Well, when it comes in mind, especially with the word Tom, I know exactly who deserves this moment to shine. So the Sweet Ladies of the Week belongs to Kathleen Strayhorn, That's sweet lady number one. But for sweet lady number two, Miss Ethel Brown from Jackson State Community College. And to both Kathleen and Ethel, I just want to make sure that I never get about you ladies, because y'all need recognition. Y'all definitely need recognitions, and it's like y'all brighten my days whenever we see each other through thick and thin. And yes, there goes another episode of Cold Man's Winter. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out.